Welcome to Motivational Moment. I'm Coach Rosa Smith Montanaro, your training and workshop coordinator with RochesterWorks. Every week we meet for a few minutes to have a short little coaching session together, a motivational moment to keep you moving forward, help you kind of be inspired and to think of something differently to add some positivity to your week. And we know you're busy. We know you're working hard. And you might be starting a new job, looking for a new job, changing careers, starting a business, leaving a business to start a job, or leaving a job to start a business. We watch people do all those things, and you need a boost, right? You need some support. We're here for you. We're here to help you every step of the way. And so I'm really, really fortunate to be able to share this with you. Thank you for joining us. And I wanted to share with you our concept this month, our theme. It's about recharging your battery, and it's really focused on self-care. I'm a huge fan of self-care, always have been. And I thought I'd share with you, since today happens to be International Day of Yoga, that I'd share with you some of the benefits of yoga and maybe talk a little bit about the benefits that brings you. Now, to be honest with you, I love yoga. I don't do it as much as I could, but I do really love yoga. And over the years, I've tried different styles of yoga. You'd be amazed at all the different types of yoga there are. There's the really stretchy kind that's slow and movement, almost Tai Chi, you're stretching and you're moving and it's very slow. And then there's like the Kundalini yoga where it's like aerobic yoga. You're moving fast, you're breathing hard, and it's very, very intense. And there's everything in between. So we often just think of like just a Zen-like pose, sitting in lotus position, but there's lots of styles of yoga. And what I want you to think about is it doesn't have to be a class. You can do some movements that are, inspired by, the yoga movements, like doing a stretch, a downward dog, or my favorite, the pigeon. And a pigeon is where you stretch your lower hips. I have hip issues. And so doing that one stretch where you're almost like, you almost are cross-legged, but you lean forward so you can feel that stretch right in your hip. And that always pulls that nice lower muscle and helps stretch my sciatica. And it does wonders just doing those stretches. And so what I want you to think about with yoga and those movements is it's exercise for the mind and the body. Just like walking's exercise for the mind, and the body. But yoga is also exercise for your mind and your body. And it's very rejuvenating. And the reason it's so rejuvenating is you have to, this is my belief. I'm not saying this is a hardcore fact. Here's why I believe it's rejuvenating. You have to follow the leader when you do yoga, right? If you're doing something, unless you know the movements, if you watch a video on YouTube, they say, okay, stand, stretch, bend, lift up your leg, go this way, turn over. You have to follow someone else. You can't think. You can't think while you're doing it, or else you missed it. So you have to stay with the moment. I believe that about all exercise, really. I love group work exercise. And I love it for that reason. I love where I have to follow someone else because I don't want to think, and it makes me stop thinking. And whatever was bothering me when I walked in, I'm freer when I leave. I feel like released from it. It's an amazing feeling. And yoga does that beautifully because it sets a wonderful tone. There's music you can be listening to. There's stretches you're doing. And it's elongating the muscles. It's helping the aches and pains. And it's rejuvenating for your mind because you're not thinking. You're giving your brain a break. And your body is getting some oxygen and blood flow. And it's rejuvenating for that reason. And when you're doing a nice little sequence, they're called something. I know what they're called. I hear it in my head, but I can't say it. It's not coming out. And I think it's a vinyasa or something, vinyasa, whatever they call those sequences. When you do one, your lymphatic system is working hard. It's the internal pump. You can't work your lymph system. You can work a muscle. You can work your biceps, right? You can work your triceps. You can do all that. You can work, all kinds of muscles. You can't work your lymph nodes, your lymphatic system. It has to be like rubbed. That's why they do lymphatic drainage massage. I used to be an esthetician, so I learned about that. But yoga does it. It's through breathing. The breathing and the movement combination works that lymphatic system, which is like, it detoxes the body. That's getting all the junk out of your body. It's very important to do that. So you want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. The wellness coach in me has to come out and say that. Always hydrate a lot, because you're getting rid of all this, the toxins that are being released, and they're being pumped. It's an internal pump. It's going through your whole body. And now it's going to come out through your pores as you sweat. It's going to be eliminated through your body, as it should be. Drink a lot of water. Really healthy. It also, what's really lovely about yoga is it's very helpful for arthritis and aches and pains because of the nature of the stretches. When you're doing it properly, you should feel less aches when you're done, right? It is excellent for balance and flexibility. As we get older, our balance is really important because people get hurt when they fall and their bones aren't as strong as maybe when they were younger, and as flexible. Kids bounce right back. Adults, as if you're in the group I'm in, the risk gets greater of breaking something. And so flexibility is really important. Strengthening the body, the muscles are important. Strengthening the heart, and having the balance, the ability to be balanced and flexible. I would encourage you to think of ways to integrate some nice, simple yoga techniques into your day. If it's even just before you get out of bed, doing some stretches. I remember when I did hurt my sciatica, or whatever it's called. I don't know if you heard it, because it's a nerve that's pinched. I pulled it or whatever. It's according to my chiropractor, there's like a little space. And when that space becomes inflamed and that nerve gets stuck in there because you twist it a certain way, it pinches because that hole gets smaller because it's so inflamed. Well, things like yoga and stretching help reduce the inflammation and help expand that opening so that everything passes nicely. Simple little move he had me do in the morning. Lay flat on my back, bring one knee to my neck, to my chest, right? Knee to your chest. And then it's like a bicycle. Then extend the other foot, knee to your chest. Extend the other one, knee to your chest. Extend the other one, knee to your chest. 10 times on each side. And when I got up in the morning, my lower back didn't hurt because it relieved all the pressure at the bottom of the back, which he said was accumulating fluid. And that's what yoga, those movements help us do, to release those fluids so that we can be more flexible without the aches. Simple 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of some type of stretching will make a big difference in your life. I like to think of it as like brushing your teeth. If you brush your teeth every day, you'll have healthier teeth and healthier gums. If you do it once a week, not so much. If you do a stretch every day, you have a healthier body. Simple little stretching. Maybe first, it could be one of your bookends. We talked about bookends this a couple weeks ago. This could be one of your bookends. So my invitation to you, consider some yoga movements. Think about how it affects your mind and your body. Give yourself that gift. If it's not for you, try something else. But give yourself the gift of recharging your battery. You will be amazed at how quickly and how effectively this type of movement will be for your mind and your body. Thank you for joining me. It's been an honor to share this time with you and have you just even spend time with me. Give me a shout out on the replay if you're watching. I'd love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you next week, because we have another topic in this series of the rejuvenation of recharging your battery, self-care, and getting that mind and body, energized. Thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a wonderful week.